I realized the other day that I've spent half my life going to this church. It started in 1997 with going with my mom and dad, Ken and Julie Kemp, and my little sister, Kelsey. And now it's exciting for me to see my family grow into this church. My beautiful wife, Katie, and I are blessed with 3 kids. Hallie, who's 6, Carter, who's 4, almost 5, and Logan, who's 9 weeks old. And if you're ever wondering who my kids are, stay after the service. Hallie will be the one giving hugs and just asking questions, as many as she possibly can within that time frame. Carter will be the one sprinting around, yelling and screaming and being all that is a boy. And Logan will be the one passed around like a hot potato. Today I'm honored and I felt called by God to share my testimony in battle with pornography addiction, which has been and continues to be a growing epidemic that affects our society. So I'm going to share my story and then the redemption I received once I realized that I couldn't do it on my own. So this addiction is something that affects millions of people around the world. If you think it's just a problem with young people, it's not. If you think it's just a problem with single people, it's not. If you think it's just a problem with males, it's not. If you think it's a problem with non-Christians, it's not. People that struggle with this can and have lost their jobs, spouses, and sometimes their entire lives. My story starts when I was a freshman in high school and I was shown a graphic image by a friend. So I asked him where he got it, and he showed me the website. Later that night, after my parents went to bed, I went to that website, and from there, it quickly escalated. I would go there once or twice a week, and then it got to every night. At that point, I was already fully addicted. And just like any other addict, the original drug becomes not enough for me to get your high. So I did a simple internet search. An entire other world was opened up to me. I couldn't believe how much was out there. And even though my parents were telling me the detriments of doing this and telling me to stop, I just couldn't. It just kept on getting worse and worse. So, and with advances in technology, my addiction became more readily available. Now my addiction was mobile, on my cell phone, at any time I wanted. It took one simple picture, to escalate into an addiction. That explains how quickly Satan can capitalize on the moral actions and have them gain control and power over you. My addiction continued into my marriage, and it was greatly affecting the relationship. My wife would find out that I was visiting these sites and would feel sick to her stomach, betrayed, and like there was a wedge between us. It got to a point where I had to ask myself, did I not fully cherish and respect my wife enough to get rid of this addiction? I also was thinking, how was I going to teach my children what God meant sex to be and what was, I guess, right and wrong in this area if I wasn't abiding by those same lessons? It was also greatly affecting my relationship with the Creator. Living with these secrets and not confessing them to Him didn't allow me to fully worship and give myself up to Him. Through these revelations in prayer, I began to read Scripture to gain perspective. These verses to me these verses were shown to me by God and were just exactly what I needed at that time. So please join me in going to James 1, 14 and 15. I'm going to get set up with the wireless mic now.